Hello my fellow humans, and welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. Keep in mind these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box down below where you will find all the links necessary. You can send me an email for a personal reading where I will get you out further information as well as scheduling options. And you'll also find the link to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is just a real fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I honestly hope to see you there. So that being said, we are going to get a message in love today and find out what's going on. So with that being said, let's get to it. So Source, what is the message in love today? What would you like my fellow humans to know? What is the message in love? What would you like my fellow humans to know? What is your message in regards to love today, Source? All right, so we've got 8th house, we've got Uranus, and we've got Virgo energy coming out. Okay, so you have a secret admirer is the energy that's coming through right off the bat. This is someone who is shy. Someone who's very shy. But I feel like something's about to change. I feel like something's about to change soon where they're going to really come forward and say something about how they feel, like how they're attracted to you. Yes, with the 8th house, we can be dealing with someone who has like a sexual addiction, but I don't feel like that's what's going on here. This is all about transformations, okay? This is all about intimacy and being able to really follow through with that new energy that's coming in, right? Especially with Uranus here in 8th house, we have this positive, forward, progressive change that's coming in here, okay? They're no longer going to be living in this place of being too shy to reach out. They're going to say what it is that they want. They're going to be open and honest with you about that, okay? This is someone who's very humble. They're modest. They're logical. This is someone who lives in their reasonable brain, right? Like they're not very spiritual. This is someone who really is in that I have to see it to believe it type energy, and you may not be, right? Like you may be someone who's very spiritual and open, and they're trying to wrap their head around that, and yet their logical mind keeps trying to rationalize everything for them, and it's just kind of been difficult for them, right? But they have been obsessing over you as of late. Like they cannot get you off their mind. This is not a bad obsession. This is just somebody who cannot stop thinking about you. And so Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is all about communication, coming forward, saying something, right? So they are going to come through and say something, whether they email you, text you, chat you, DM you, or something like that. I do feel like they are going to come through. They're going to be curious. They're too, like curiosity killed the cat. In other words, they're too curious, right? They're too curious as to what it would be like to be in a relationship with you. And so they're going to come through. They're going to come through. I feel like the other thing is too is that with this new change and they're not going to be sure what to predict when it comes to you because you're so spiritual, because you're so open about different things than what they're used to. They're not sure what to expect from it, but they're leaving themselves open-minded here. They're allowing themselves to see things from a much bigger perspective, and it could be that maybe you are an astrologer, okay? That's a very specific message here. But it could be that you're also friends and that you guys come from a very similar group together, and they're just ready to take this to the next level. They feel like they're rebelling against their whole life, right? Like how they were raised and who they were taught to be. Like they feel like they're rebelling against that, and they're kind of getting this little edge to that, like mischievousness, right? And it's cute. It feels really cute. Like they just are ready. They're ready for something new, and you're that newness. Like you make them feel in ways that they never knew they could. Yeah, we have number 22 that flipped over here, the heart of the matter. There's more than going on than meets the eye. Yeah, so there's definitely a deeper connection here. It's just feel like a heart connection, right? It does feel like you make them feel very youthful. You make them feel very good about themselves. You make them really deal with their own emotions as well. Like there's something about how you present yourself every day, whether that's through work, through your group of friends, through social media or whatever. It's like you're always making them see things from a different perspective, a perspective that they didn't know existed, right? And they like that. And they're catching on very quickly. Like, they're realizing that that feels comfortable and like home to them. It's not foreign, even though it feels unpredictable and it's unknown. It's not something that they're actually as afraid of as they thought they were. So we do have love makes a difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. With number 31 here, which is 4, all about security, strength, structure, stability. Yeah, you're helping them heal those past hurts, those wounds, right? Those things that they didn't understand. Like I was saying here, it's like that feeling of connecting with their emotions. They didn't know they could connect with their emotions in such a way. On the bottom of the deck, we have treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. You make them see the world through the drop of a raindrop, right? Like, they see the whole world now through things that seemed mundane before. They're seeing a whole new world. And they're seeing that there's love and care and emotion here. Like, maybe they never had a green thumb, and maybe you're somebody who gardens and they tried it and they're like, oh, wow, like, this helps me see the world in a different way, right? What is that peeked out right now? Look at this, a spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Look at how they're connected with their third eyes, right? This number 27 here with 9. Yeah, it peeked out when I was trying to get the deck, put the deck down. That's so funny. So this is definitely a very spiritual connection that you two have. It's a very heart-centric connection too. When we think of the third eye, when we're listening to our heart, we're coming from a very intuitive place. So our heart and our heart chakra and our third eye are very connected to one another. Okay? So let's get some more out. Whoa, okay, thank you. Yeah, you're very authentic. And that's what scares them so much, because they're so used to being conformists to what society says, right? I gotta conform to what society says is right for me. Okay. Let's do this. Look, we have fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. We have confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. Yeah, so they're about to become very brave about their passion. Okay, you give them compliments, whatever compliments is. Okay, cool. You give them confidence and they feel very optimistic about your connection. They're still a little leery, but they do feel optimistic about it. Now, I'm going to use this new tarot deck that I got. It's called Lover's Tarot. It's the Love Oracle cards. These are very dark messages, but in a good way. They help you see things from a different light, right? Like, not always thinking that things are rainbow and butterflies. So we're going to kind of look into what is it, the shadow side of them, that's been holding them back with this card, okay? So what's been holding this person back from approaching my collective, source? What's been holding this person back from approaching my collective? Not just shyness. I feel like there's something else to it. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, and struggle on the bottom. You feel like you aren't being supported. If it's not a team effort, it's best to stand alone. This is what they're learning. They're learning if they're not getting supported by those that they love, that they're having to walk away. And I feel like you're showing them that. I feel like you've showed them a lot of that, you know? Maybe you haven't been supported enough by people who are supposed to love you on your journey, and they're watching as you're still blossoming and growing. Yeah, they're being activated. This was all about divine timing. So now they're coming into their activation. So their heart is getting activated. Their third eye is getting activated here. We have number 43 with 7. And 7 is all about luck. If you change what it is that you're doing. Creation and snake. And I love that this snake is engulfing this golden heart. And again, what was I just saying? Their heart is being activated here. Yeah, so they're opening up to their own truth. Again, the heart of the matter. There's something very heart-centric here. Okay. House 1, individuality, self-image, and your approach to life. So this is what they're changing, right? They're changing the way they approach life. They're realizing that they don't have to conform anymore, that they can stand out if they choose to. So what do we have here? Drowning. You are going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. This is why they haven't come through, because they don't want to seem desperate, right? They don't want to seem like there's something that they're not. And that's why it's been hard for them. They're really drowning in their situation right now. Aw, my heart goes out to this person. Let's get some yin yang cards on it. Y'all know I love any reason to bring these out. So let's get some more assistance, spirit guides flipped over. Okay, we have rejection or reflection and projections, guilt and sabotage. Let's do one more round. Okay, struggle or structure, solid foundation forming. Okay, and they want this one. All right, on the bottom we have spy, watching, inspecting. So they're definitely spying on you. This is the first one that flew out. It flipped over. We have spirit guides with assistance here. So they're being assisted to coming closer to you. So I was saying they're being activated. It feels like divine timing, right? But before, why they didn't want to is because they were dealing with a broken idea of their own reflection. And so they were projecting that onto you, feeling nervous, realizing that they were their own worst enemy here and having that deep guilt. It's almost like this person is coming out of the dark night of the soul, or they're coming out of a very depressing time frame in their life, okay? All right, so let's see. These flipped over here. We have forming a structure and solid foundations. So this is what's going on. They're now learning how to build foundations for themselves in their own life. And they're learning to be grateful, which is helping them be present, which is bringing them into a very abundant place, right? 7, the number of luck if you change what it is that you're doing. That's exactly what we see here. Trust divine timing. I love that this came out. I was telling you, I felt like it was all about divine timing, right? This is that activation. They're being activated now on their journey to let go of limitations and fears, right? Self-limiting thoughts. They're no longer letting those hold them back. And I feel like that's what was holding them back from this. And it's like Source came in and said, okay, it's time for us to activate you and have you look at yourself in the mirror and no longer project those fears out onto everyone else. And you've been helping them with that, like helping them overcome that, letting go. But they've been feeling like they've been drowning. And I feel like the whole reason they feel like they're drowning is because this is somebody who supports everybody and never gets support in return. And so they're learning how to stand alone like you do. You stand alone and you've given them courage to do so. And they're ready to come forward and say something, right? We have forgiving underneath that. They didn't mean to hurt you, but you were holding on to it. Forgiving helps you get past it. So remembering here, if this person hurt you, they didn't mean to. They were going through a lot. Okay, and forgiveness helps us release the past and to release that heavy energy. All right, so this is what I have for you. If this resonates or if you feel like this is your reading, leave a little clock in the comments and say, I trust in divine timing. All that is mine is coming to me. Leave me a thumbs up down below as well. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, stay human. Bye.